Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Jonton, this is many a true nerd, and welcome to SimCity 4. I love SimCity 4. Like, of the classic games that are classic, this is a classic of the classic. SimCity 4 is glorious and love and joy, and I haven't played it for years, but I played it so much before that point. And like, I was originally planning to do just like a one-off video for SimCity 4, because I kind of thought SimCity 4 was like, oh, it's so lovely, I'll just kind of show it off and kind of talk about how much I love it. But then I realised there was an expansion pack for this game called Rush Hour, which I have never played before, because the only game I had when I originally had this years and years ago was the vanilla version. I'd never played Rush Hour. So suddenly there's huge amounts of content for this game I've never touched before, and I'm so excited. Welcome to the week of SimCity 4, because I'm going to take a little city, I'm going to build it up, and over the course of this week, kind of as a little midweek mini-series, we're going to build up a city from nothing to something. I'm going to play with some of the new Rush Hour stuff, which you can see there. I've done the little kind of the tutorial, the Rush Hour tutorial up there, just to kind of see kind of the new stuff that should have been in the game. But other than the kind of doing the Rush Hour tutorial, I have not played this game in years, so I've probably forgotten most of it, so I'm going to make terrible decisions, and it's all going to be terrible. So obviously, for those of you who don't know how SimCity 4 all operates, this is like the entire world map. It generates a world map for you. I can't remember whether this is standardized or if this is randomly generated for each person. I honestly cannot remember. And each of these individual squares, you're allowed to build in. Though obviously you can see some of them are purely nothing but water, but you kind of get to play with the terraforming tools. So if you pick this square, you don't just kind of have, well, that tiny bit of land down there. You can actually kind of, you know, rise an island out of the sea, so, you know, you've actually got something there properly. In fact, what you can actually do, which is really, really cool, is if you want to change the world map, you can just kind of go into any area you want. Yeah, to start a new city doesn't matter. And just go into the terraforming tools, and you can just build whatever you want here. What I kind of want to do here is I kind of just want to kind of make this into a massive island volcano thing. That's kind of what I want. Yep, lovely. And once we've made our massive island, I'm going to set a volcano going. So we're going to make this into a beautiful volcano. And then that starts kind of erupting there. So yeah, we've made this into a proper little kind of island volcano here. Oh, I like this thing at the side. I like this little bit at the side here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of put some nice, yeah, I'm going to have loads of foliage growing on this side here while the lava continues to fall. And I'm going to put some animals on this island because I'm sure they're actually fine. Oh, and you can change between, yeah, day and night if you want to see how it looks. Oh, it looks nice at night, doesn't it? Yes, and then you kind of put, you know, put some animals as well. So I think wild animals here. So we're just gonna put just kind of, you know, some, well, hippos. So it says. Zoom in, see what we've just added. What have we actually added here? These wild animals. They are elephants and giraffes. Elephants and giraffes, and the giraffe. The giraffe can now do one hell of a 180 turn, and I think the elephants are coping really nicely with some quite steep slopes there. Though I think actually, you know what, they're running to the sea and to drown themselves because they'd rather drown themselves than face the terror of the volcano. So yes, that's just kind of the tools. They're brilliant. I love the little kind of the tools. And as I return out to the map, you can see there that now, because I've just quickly saved that, that's a volcano island. Obviously, that's. I said Hank Scorpio. I think I might have run out of letters there. It's not supposed to be Hank Scorpio. It's supposed to be Hank Scorpio. Damn it. But yes, now Volcano Island is actually present on the world map. So you just make changes, like you make changes to the entire world. And as you can see, like from the big city tutorial, when you've built a city, you see it in the entire world. I just love it. Anyway, I've got my own one particular plot of land, which is this particular plot of land here looks like a great plot of land. Mostly flat, and cities look better when they're on flat. A little bit of a hill at the back for a bit of kind of colour and flavour, and a little bit of water and island, so I like this. So this here is going to be our new home. So indeed, what we have here is just kind of, yeah, some gentle slopes up this way, a lot of kind of woodland going down to a beach down this way. I think it looks kind of fairly, but not like massive. Ooh, that was originally just supposed to be one moose, but all of a sudden there are many, many mooses, meese, I don't know. And also bears. Bears are easier to pluralize. Yes, okay, so there's a lot of animals, but don't worry, we'll be kicking them out in order to build my nice little city. So this is the town of Jonton. Actually, you know what? No, that doesn't sound kind of fancy enough. This is going to be the town of New Jonton. That's right, New Jonton, and not Hank Scorpio. No, okay, I just didn't press O. Alright, fine. Hank Scorpio's slightly special brother, Hank Scorpio, is going to have that volcano. That's probably why he put him in the volcano base, by the way. He can't quite spell his own name. And instead, this city is going to be instead founded and run by John. Beautiful. Let's establish the town of New Jonton and get going here. Okay, now, When you first... and that's the fireworks get started. They just come out of nowhere, don't they? Yeah, there's just some people now standing in the middle of this area, but they fade away very, very quickly. Oh, SimCity 4, it's nice to be back. When you first start off, like, everything is basically... This is like telling you how much demand there are for different kind of buildings and so forth. In a second, this will correct itself. There we are, it's just kind of corrected itself there. Okay, so we've just skipped forward slightly, but don't worry. Because we've got no expenditure right now, we just have a whole bunch of money in the bank to start building our city. These graphs basically indicate what you can and can't build. And this basically means I have a very basic, crappy city, which is some very low-income residents, because that's what this means. This means residential low-income, residential middle-income, residential high-income. No kind of middle or high-income people want to come to my city, because it's just in the middle of nowhere, but a couple of low-income people might be interested in coming in. As for kind of consumery stuff like retail, commerce, etc., some very kind of basic, kind of low-income-y stuff might want to come to the town, but nothing fancy, because I don't have any workforce, I don't have any education, my workforce is, like, not there. And then also I could also have some farms or some kind of industrial, kind of some quite dirty industrial stuff as well, again, because I'll only have some relatively unskilled, uneducated workforce here, so I can't get any kind of fancy industry yet. So I just have to start building. The way that this works, by the way, if you've never played SimCity 4 before, you don't actually build anything in this game. Instead, you zone it based on what people want to be able to build, and as a result, people move in. So you can do kind of like low-density residential. I could get away with just doing low-density residential, which basically means like little, tiny, you know, small prefab houses or whatever could be put up, but nothing bigger than that. I could spend more money for medium-density residential, so, you know, mid-sized apartment buildings could be built, but that doesn't necessarily mean they will be. It means anything could be built there up to the middle-sized apartment. I normally just go straight for middle density, so it can kind of become bigger as soon as it's ready to. You can see there it's all kind of on a bit of a grid system, but the grid system for the most part is kind of hidden away from you. I'm going to build my first little area on, like, yeah, I'm going to kind of build my first little area here, close by to the beach, I think. So just kind of drag, and the game will automatically generate some, like, some sensible roads for you to have. Yeah, I kind of want to have this this beach here. So I don't need kind of much at the moment, just that. So some roads and some plots of land now exist. And people will start moving in, assuming there's demand for it. But obviously you can see straight away, this area doesn't have power, so I need to give it the absolute basics of power as well. Just a very simple little wind turbine will do as a starting point, so we'll just put a wind turbine, like, yeah, we'll put it down here. Sorry if you're kind of on that plot. And we'll also create a basic water tower. There we are. So we've got some kind of basic water tower there, and just some pipes to make sure that we kind of have this whole area covered by water. Now that means straight away, because we've kind of done some very kind of basic infrastructure in place, all of a sudden we've actually got ourselves a little bit of expenditure. Which one's the expenditure? Well, that's my advice, I don't care about them. So now I'm spending 105, I think these are called simoleons officially, a month, and I'm not actually bringing anything in. And the only other thing we need is just a little bit of basic work for these guys to do. So again, I'm just going to go for the kind of the mid-density. So no reason not to provide just a very small amount of, yeah, kind of jobs that can be set up. That's more than we're going to need for now. So we just kind of set that area there. All we need to do is just kind of speed up time and wait for some people to start moving in. And, oh, there we are. We've already got some people starting to move in. I like the detail, by the way. You can zoom right in and actually have a look at every individual little thing, like little cars. Look here, Bob's Grease Pit. Supposedly Bob's Grease Pit has generated 14 out of 14 jobs. I'm not sure where those people are coming from exactly. Maybe those are the people who were just standing in the middle of the forest, just desperate for something to happen. And soon we should get some residents moving in. And, oh, there we go. Here they come. They just, sorry, the basic housing spits up very, very, very fast. So, what we've got there is, yes, a whole bunch of people moved in. I like how it's pretty pretty. I like SimCity 4. It looks nice. So straight away, some basic people have come in. You can go right into their houses. I like how you can do that. So, you know, you can see there's a small wood house here. There's 6 people living in it, 6 out of 6. The wealth is their low-income residents because no one else... A bear just came into that back garden. Interesting. They sort of approve of me. Their land value is low because there's nothing decent in this town yet. It's got power and water. Desirability factors, so, you know, yeah, pollution, garbage, schools, etc. We don't have any of those yet. But on the plus side, there's no crime either, so that's all absolutely fine. So all of a sudden, the music kind of kicks in because the game's actually kind of started at this point, which is lovely. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to make this whole area just a little bit more desirable, because I can make it desirable very, very easily by adding some little, like, civic touches to it. So over here in, like, the orange, I always assume, I just call it, like, the civic thing. There, the civic tools, I was right, excellent. You can kind of build, you know, big facilities like schools and jails and whatnot, but you can also build just little extras. So, for example, just an open grassy area, a small park green, a community garden, community gardens. That sort of thing really kind of makes people much happier to live in an area, increases the desirability quite a lot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give these guys a small park green right there, lovely. I might just kind of give them, yeah, another one right here. Let's go for a kind of a double park green. I like how they're not completely like identical. They do kind of semi-randomized, which is really cool. So it kind of always looks quite nice. And then we'll just have also, we can have a community garden right here. So I filled one of the plots with kind of where I would be able to have a house with some extra stuff there. But I think that's kind of worth doing. So kind of, yeah, the residential areas really like gardens and stuff. The commercial areas, meanwhile, like things much more like, for example, plazas. So I'm going to provide some basic plazas for them. So I'm just going to put like a little kind of thing of plazas here, fill up one of the spots with plazas, and now the Sims just have somewhere to hang out here. Now that's really good for increasing the demand for the commercial, but for the moment it's not going to make a huge difference. We've got our first problem here. The game starts flagging when there are problems with your town, and the problem with this town right now is these people don't actually have a job. They're unemployed. So we've got a little cute house here with 5 people in it, but no job for them. So we need to get these people jobs, and that's where the RCI graph comes in. So you can see that there's now no demand for kind of new commerce to come into town because nobody's got money, you know, it's not a desirable town, no one's really going to be buying anything, so no one's got much money. The only thing we really can build is over here, some industrial stuff. So that's what I'm going to build. I don't really want to build it. Where do I want to build it? Like, I'll use this island for some industrial stuff in the future. Right now, I don't kind of want to kind of spend the money on the infrastructure linking it together. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to build some industrial stuff like over here, away from the town, I think. So kind of, we'll kind of, where do I want to put it? I'll put it over here. I'll put it over here because I will get rid of it in future, but for the moment we won't. You do have to build your own roads though, which is quite good. Kind of the main roads, the bigger the road is and kind of the more traffic it can take, the more expensive it is. So we'll just kind of put like a big road going round here, kind of going out this way and then going down towards the sea, and what will be our industrial kind of plaza round here. Lovely. Nice little kind of road going down to the sea there. Now, all I need to do now is just kind of set up. It's really, I like it because it's so easy to build the stuff that you want. I'll build some medium density industrial round here. And we'll just kind of put like, I mean, that should be more than enough to get these people some jobs. I don't really kind of want that. In fact, I'm going to build it more this way. Because you'll see this sort of thing can be bad for your city in other ways. So we'll build all that there. And we'll just wait for something to spring up. Because there's definitely demand for this sort of thing. So we'll now just speed up time a little bit. And, oh, it doesn't have power. Sorry, I need to, roads don't carry power. But any area that's zoned, that's connected to any other area, does have power. So if they're not connected, then I need to use power lines. That's absolutely fine. We'll just kind of have some power lines running down here to here. And then some more running to, oh, that was apparently close enough. Excellent. Now, because those power lines are now in place, this area can start growing. Though soon, that power, that like single wind turbine is going to run into trouble. So what's it actually requiring at the moment? So right now the actual capacity is, the actual capacity is 200 and it's using power 33. But that's going to jump the hell up as soon as this. Oh, and that's going to need piping as well. New areas are going to need pipes as well. So we'll just kind of move that there. This single water tunnel is going to cause, the single kind of water tower there is going to cause trouble in time. But oh, look at this. Look at this industry pop up. See, this is why it's nice where you don't build it yourself. Because you just zone it, then the computer gets on with it. You can watch these areas just kind of rise out of the ground. I think it's very, very pleasing to me to kind of see that. I quite like it. So up come these new kind of basic industrial areas. But this will create jobs. This will create jobs, and that will be absolutely fine. My mayor rating is starting to fall slightly, probably because of the people who are suffering from unemployment. And if we just speed this up a little bit, we'll see the kind of buildings rise up faster. And here we go. Some very basic dirty industry has popped up. So there we are. And again, we can have a look straight inside at this. So, you know, a chemical plant, NPR metals. Get used to seeing that one. You'll see that one a bloody lot. So there we are. We've got a whole bunch of these industries have just moved in. And that should create jobs for these people. Because these people are going to work at those jobs. So if we just kind of speed up time for a second. There we are. Not only have those people stopped being unemployed, people have now moved into the town because there's jobs for them to take in. So all of a sudden we've got these kind of small cabinets under construction. So there we are. They're just kind of, oh, I just love it. I love how they just build, you see this kind of big flurry of activity. And all of a sudden, more people have moved into town, which means obviously all of a sudden, Bob has decided to expand his grease pit business. He already had 2 grease pits in town. He's decided that Bob has decided now 4 grease pits is actually the correct number. Beautiful. So all of a sudden, the entirety of the residential market is actually full up here. Commercial is starting to move in because there's actually some money in town because people actually have jobs. They've got money to spend. That's lovely. So all of a sudden, there's more and more demand for this here housing. Now this is where we start thinking about exactly how the town ought to be laid out, and we start actually laying some proper infrastructure, because the town could probably kind of start growing and accelerating pretty quickly at this point. This is actually a bit of a scruffy layout is what we've gone for here. What I actually want to do is come up with a bit of a grid system. And how the grid system is going to work is my towns are going to be built, and I'll kind of build them, like this is a bit rough and ready, but this is kind of roughly what I'm going to want to do. I'm going to want my towns to basically be in a big flower shape. Every single kind of habitation is going to be a series of interlinking kind of big flower things. There we are, they're kind of going around building the road for me there. So you can see what I've just built here is like a big cross. And the reason I want to build this big cross is because these areas are going to be all of the residential areas. The reason these are going to be the residential areas is because this area in the middle is going to be where I'm going to put all of the services. Because services in this game form like a little bit of kind of like a nice radius. So I'm going to put down like a basic school now to show that off. We're going to start educating our Sims. So you can see here that this here school, if I kind of plonk this in the middle, is going to have a nice little kind of radius that's going to influence this whole area. So actually I could have gone a little bit further out. I'm a little bit out of practice with this game, so sorry about that. So elementary school plopped down right in the middle here. Beautiful. And that now is an elementary school, which if we kind of examine it, we can see has this influence around this whole area. So it's kind of going to, educate all these people. Right now it has no students, and the number of people in this town is very low. So I'm going to reduce its funding massively, and it's great. It'll still be a good school because there's not going to be much. And you can also kind of, by the way, you can kind of shrink it slightly by reducing the bus fund. So that seems about right there. I think that was, yeah, so that's absolutely fine. Oh, and needs power, of course, because it's technically separated from everything else. That's fine. We'll do something else to kind of link it to everything in a moment. What we will do instead is now we will build a basic medical clinic as well. The basic medical clinic can go pretty much in the same location. That can go there, beautiful, and that will kind of make our Sims nice and healthy. That will probably be lacking in electricity too. I will fix that by allowing some nice houses to be built in this area, and therefore because it's now part of the grid, this area is now technically part of the whole electricity area, which is good, though they will still need a bit of water, of course, so we'll just kind of increase the plumbing there. In fact, actually, while we're doing this, we may as well kind of get this whole area covered, build some nice pipes covering everything. There we go. But now we need to start keeping an eye on the problem of power. Power is going to be a problem in the very, very, very near future. So if we kind of keep a look at our wind power plant here. Yeah, power used is 171. That's a bit of an issue. Though, in fact, I'm quite impressed this single wind turbine was able to power all this industry. Flocks of docks vie to treat limited patients. Yep, that's the game just telling me that right now we do not need as many doctors. So we've got number of doctors can be a couple of doctors will do. We will probably we'll need to expand that very, very quickly. So I've just made that a lot cheaper to run. And as a result, it's now time for us to nicely expand. Ooh, and the first little tiny bit of interest here. First bit of tiny interest in potentially some kind of higher value Sims. Probably because of that parkland that I built there. So now we let this city expand very, very quickly. More people will mean more business in general. So we can just kind of take the green areas and we fill these areas with the nice, there we go. Lots of housing. So all that area around there is now housing, but I want to make it a little bit nicer than what it is. I want to make it nice and nice. So yes, recreation and relaxation are... Oh, a tennis court. There was a tennis court in here, wasn't there? How big is the tennis court? Not even that big. I totally want... Oh no, stop building. Stop building, you mad people. I kind of want to give you a tennis court first. This area shall have its own tennis court. That's lovely. Oh, sorry, I think I've built the wrong thing down this area, by the way. My mistake. What I built down here was open paved areas. What I should have built instead was small plazas. I'm pretty sure plazas are what we need for encouraging the Sims. not the paved areas. Yeah, that looks much more like it. So that there makes for much more desirable retail space. Oh, this area is starting to pop up fast. I need to very, very quickly build the remainder of the parks that I want, actually. Quickly decide on some parks. This one can just have some open grassy areas. That's absolutely fine. Open grassy areas are lovely. We'll actually have a big open grassy area there. And something nice over here. No, wrong one. What have we got further down that's a bit kind of fancy and nice? A playground. That is perfect. We'll have a playground here. Power plants over capacity. This is a guy who's kind of part of my team. He's very, very angry if things go wrong, which things are going wrong. So I'm just going to build a playground here. Just a second. I'm working on my playground and a gazebo. We'll have a playground and a gazebo. Fine. Would you believe we're suffering from massive power shortages on account of the fact that we're trying to power this entire growing town on a single wind turbine? We can slightly increase the funding, I think, to just slightly get the capacity up, but we need something better. And the thing that we need that's better is going to be something horrendously horrible and polluting. And what we're going to do is we're going to shove that over on the island. There's Hellstadt Island, and we're going to put something dreadful on it. We're going to put a coal power plant on it, because coal power plants are incredibly polluting, but incredibly cheap. 250 simoleons, and generate 6,000 megawatt hours. So we're going to put that on here, on top of this lovely, pristine island. Lovely. So we've built that there, and then we just need to basically fund, then we just need to fund getting the power over to here. As you can see, it's not that expensive to get that to here. Okay, ooh! I will build my own house in a second, hang on. But first, we just need to get some, did we sort out the problem? Hang on. Is it connected yet? Yes! It's connected, except that one guy... Sometimes SimCity 4 is a little bit weird. Sometimes it just kind of decides that it's just going to be... Hang on, are you connected to the grid? You're totally connected to the grid. Just this one guy's decided he doesn't have power. Everyone else is fine. Everyone else has got power, but that one guy's decided he doesn't have power because I hate that guy. So yes, that now power plant over there is now just going to sit over here, and it's going to generate huge amounts of electricity. I'm going to slightly lower the funding because it's using 400 power, but it has an actual capacity of like much higher than that. So I'm just going to slightly lower that. We can put that back up later. The reason, by the way, you don't want to build that anywhere closer to your site, if we just go into data views, this is why I love this game. I'm a massive chart and graph and visualization data nerd. So if we now go into the data views and air pollution, we've created a massive amount of air pollution over in this area. I'm going to spin the camera around. So yes, would you believe the coal-fired power plant is producing large amounts of air pollution? A small amount of air pollution is being produced by the industrial district, but not that bad. I'm just going to check the water pollution isn't... water pollution seems okay. Like, the water pollution, what you want to be careful of is these are producing water pollution, and that's where my water tower is. So if my water tower, has the problem of if it's in an area of water pollution, then it will start pumping polluted water everywhere, which would be very, very bad. So we'll just turn all of those off and keep an eye on our infrastructure here. So now the water tower is got max capacity 2,400, and it's only using... Oh, I ought to build some pipes over there, by the way. The power plant also really ought to have access to water. Things that don't have access to water have this horrible habit of catching fire. So I really ought to... Unsuitable for construction. Oh, do I have to work around you? Hang on. Local hospitals, pockets picked. You told me a second ago it didn't flipping need anything, alright? And I just got to work my way up. There we go! That's it. That cost a little bit of money there, but we have got water to the power plant. Beautiful. So, the population has now just slightly jumped, which means that all those buildings I just kind of took funding away from... Oh, that's a new thing, by the way. I could do a little driving mission with that guy. I don't particularly want to, though. I don't think it's kind of that interesting, to be honest. I now need to keep an eye on these facilities. So, this medical clinic has 80 patients and only a capacity for a bit. So, we're going to increase its funding quite significantly because this city's going to keep growing. In fact, we'll kind of get it up to 13 doctors. There we are. Lots of spare capacity. And the elementary school has 48 students right now and has a student capacity of 104. We'll increase that a little bit too because it's very, very cheap to do. The new Jonton Healthcare Workers Walk, I've just increased it. No funding flu, healthcare strike. Look, I'm increasing funding, all right, shouty woman. Oh, it's too late. They're on strike. So the city is now expanding. In fact, all of those lovely areas up top that I've set up are... Ooh, Look at the flipping cement mixers running in. Yeah, the traffic sort of, it just kind of fades in and out of existence as it needs to. It's representative rather than true, which is quite nice. Though actually, incidentally, you can see, thanks to the rush hour thing, you can actually see the real actual Sims look to heavens but cool mayor. More than 1,000 Sims requesting a place to. I will get to that in a second. All right, I will do it in a second. Because you can, you don't need to accept those straight away. They will just show up in your civic buildings thing. But you can actually see the commutes now, which is really, really cool. So if I show like the commutes for this route, you can actually see where the workers are actually physically coming from and the route that they have to go, which is really, I really like that, including like the morning commute and the evening commute and so forth. And then you can just kind of, if you just want to click on an actual bit of road, it actually shows you like where in the morning and evening commute what's actually going on. And the snarl point. I think that's really, really cool. I like it a lot. Though you can also, incidentally, just so with the data view, you can see where the traffic problems are, which is arguably, you know, just as useful. So you can see here we've got a bit of a problem here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to increase that road to a better quality of road, and that should sort out the problem. And I'm also going to, because too many people are going along here, I'm going to provide an extra bit of road here, so there's kind of more than one way into that area. And then we'll do the same around the other side there, and that should solve the traffic snarl. So now everybody can get around as they want to, nice and quick. Beautiful. And first sign of unemployment, which is interesting. What have we got here? So first sign, oh, big demand for, you see, agriculture's weird, because agriculture, it's really space intensive. It takes up so much space, and like it doesn't generate very many jobs at all. But it does, yeah, it's a very, very odd one. Ooh, this is a bit... That's a bit weird. Hang on, I'm gonna undo that up there. I just kind of saw these here. We're just gonna get rid of all that. Yeah. And then we're gonna rezone this a bit more intelligently, because what a single spot on its own. No! Dezone all of this. Rezone it, but rezone it better this time. There we are. 4 significantly better sized plots. Lots of people don't kind of want to go in kind of single plots. They kind of want a double kind of space plot there. So what we're going to do now is we're now going to make this place a whole lot more desirable. Now we're going to make this place a lot more desirable and thus get kind of higher income people moving in, because this is starting to happen, is we've got a couple of extra... Ooh, look at that. That's the first kind of the large buildings. So this just happened by itself there. Those were just like a few like individual small blocks, just like small houses like this one. But they got demolished because someone moved in and built these apartments that hold 119 people. Because the thing is, demand's going up, but there's not any new kind of land available aside from this little plots over here. So therefore, existing housing is being kind of bought up and converted into better, more intensive housing, which is why, even though I've already filled up like not an insignificant portion of this map, obviously I can get the population a lot higher than what it looks like, because this will all start kind of rising in time. But the way we can make the land more desirable is by using some of the civic buildings I've been unlocking. So yes, here we are in the reward and business deal buildings. So the mayor's house is deemed to be extremely desirable. Oh yeah, this is starting to be redeveloped already. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build... oh, flip. You guys can't access the road because you're... Sorry! These guys are facing that bit of road. Darn it. Alright, I'm going to redo that bit in a sec. I'm going to slip down the mayor's house over here. The mayor's house. Everyone loves the mayor's. Look how much they love me. I live in this massive house. And also, if you notice, if you click on a normal house, you get like just kind of a little ding-dong noise. But if you click on my house, we are just cracking open the champagne. Beautiful. We only spend 30 simoleons a month maintaining it, despite apparently the amount of champagne. So there's going to make the area around this a lot more desirable. I think you can see like these areas are being kind of redeveloped immediately, which is kind of cool. I need to go check on the business, by the way. Where's the... Yeah, there it is. Okay, so I've got some income and some outgoings, but I'm not doing too bad. I'm making a loss, but it's not that bad at all. These areas, however, this needs to be, unfortunately, dezoned and redone, because I've kind of messed this up a little bit. So, unfortunately, their house gets demolished. Yeah, but it's very cheap to demolish houses. So now I just need to build a double plot and a double plot. There we are. That'll be rebuilt in a second. Beautiful. Now, what's going on over here? These houses are being... Oh, look at this. So the little kind of the crappy houses are being replaced with nicer 2-story houses with nice doorbells. Because if you go here, that's like a basic doorbell, but this is a fancier doorbell. But these people don't have jobs, because they're middle-income people, so they need middle-income jobs to go to. But I don't really have many. Oh, look at this! It's starting to rise up already. These kind of brick walk-ups. They're not the nicest buildings in the world. By the way, you can now influence that, and that's what I'm going to start setting now. Because what you can do is, this is nothing of the new version. You can change the building style. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say it needs to be Euro contemporary, because these styles I think were all the ones in the original kind of SimCity 4, whereas this one is the one that was added to by the expansion. So I'm just going to say you only build the Euro contemporary. So I don't think it makes any difference at this stage, but I think as we go forward in time, more and more kind of buildings are going to kind of look a bit more kind of European. So it probably looks a little bit different to what you expect SimCity to look for if, like me, you only ever played the original version. So there we are. So more and more people are moving in. Loads of people are moving in, and that's creating demand for more kind of commerce in this area, which is really... What the heck is this? There's a... What is that? What even is that? Oh, is that the mayor's limo? I think that's the mayor's limo that just kind of took a shortcut straight for a nature reserve, possibly because I'm drunk. Who knows? So, alright, there's demand for work all of a sudden, and that means the second part of my plan come into effect, which is, the reason I did this design was because obviously this means around the outskirts, we can have nice little pockets of jobs, so the commutes are nice and short. So what we need to do now is we just need to slightly expand our road network, which is all fine, and we will create here little pockets of work for people to go and work in. We don't need kind of that many yet. We can build kind of one up there, and we can build kind of one over here, and this will kind of create plenty of jobs for our new, more affluent Sims as they come and move into our town. So here we are. That's all like that. Now this time I'm going to remember to actually build some kind of some better stuff before we actually kind of get into this. So what we'll do is we will go into decorations, and no, not that decorations, this decoration, and we will build some plaza. In fact, I'll build like a medium plaza, I think. Where are the plazas? Medium plaza. So I'm going to build a medium plaza right here and build another one over here. So this area is now more desirable to business than it would have been otherwise, because people like have a really kind of cool, nice place just kind of hang out, because, you know, there's benches and a nice fountain and stuff. So this is like a desirable little shopping area. With that built, we're going to build some medium density residentially stuff. So we'll build a couple of spots there, a couple there, all of these. And because they're like little squares, there won't be small rooms, there kind of won't be so small roads that pop up in the middle of it. I should just be able to get this. Then one might pop up here. No, it didn't. All right, lovely. And then, oh, you can see it's already springing to life. We'll do that there. And then we'll do this. No, I don't need... no, I don't really want you to have small roads. I just want you to have like that, and then like that. Yeah, if you just kind of re-drag it, you can sometimes kind of get lucky and kind of redo it a bit. So these areas are popping up straight away, and that's going to provide work for middle-income people. And as once there's work for middle-income people, more people are going to move into this here town. So this stuff should probably be slightly fancier sounding than the stuff that was originally down here that's now all been kind of built up already. Lovely. So the town is now starting to take shape. But there's more civic buildings we can put in the middle. Because if we go over to the, not to the graph, if we go over to not our advisors, not our... I want the overlays. Is it the... Oh, no, is it overlays? It's graphs. No, data views. Data views. It was data views. Let's have a look at what else we've got. So fire hazard. There are fire hazards in this town. And crime is... There are little crime hotspots. So that should mean we should really, in all fairness, start to consider doing some other things. So, ooh, desirability. And then let's have a look. So, yeah, basically low-income residents will live everywhere. Middle-income residents are happy with that sort of area. High-income... Actually, high-income residents are pretty happy with this area. And the more advanced... Yeah, okay. People actually seem pretty happy with where we are. Good, good, good. The mayor's car just flipping drives wherever the hell it wants, alright? It just goes anywhere. Another reward building. So there is a house of worship. I think this is a thing that's good for desirability as well. So there's no reason not to build this. In fact, I'll build this over here because it looks like this area could do with a bit of a boost, because this area looks like it's quite kind of the low-income basic area at the moment. So we've got a kind of a church. Oh, that's a terrible idea. I've just built a church directly outside my house. It's going to ring its bloody bells, isn't it? Also, you can kind of hover over anything. And sometimes the buildings like this, they give you like funny things. So like weddings per week, 55. You can track how many weddings are occurring, which is very, very cool. Right, let's increase the desirability of this central area a little bit more, though. First, let's just check how my school's doing. Capacity 305, only 122 teachers, that's fine. This medical clinic, how's it doing? Patient capacity, yep, it's doing fine as well. Now let's put some basic police here. This, by the way, I really, really like. There's some new stuff that's been added. So you used to just be able to kind of build like a small police station, a large police station, and a prison. They've added some new stuff with Rush Hour. So there's like a huge, massive deluxe police station. I'm pretty sure that wasn't there in the first place. And a police kiosk. I don't really know what that does, so I'm not going to build that. I'm just going to build like a small police station. So we're going to build a small police station here, and that's going to protect this here area. So we'll put the small police station here, and we can probably, again, reduce its funding just a little bit, because I don't think it really needs that. Actually, no, the funding for the police station just literally impacts the area it can cover. So you kind of may as well kind of fund that out to its limit, so it kind of covers a big area there, so that's absolutely fine. And also we could probably do with a very small fire station. The fire station can go... Oh, the fire station is interesting, because the fire station I'd actually like to be able to cover the industrial area as well. Grave need in New Jonton. Oh, we've got a graveyard. I will take care of that in a moment. I'll put a fire thing here. I'll protect the residents first, and then we'll kind of do some... Yeah, we'll do kind of some other stuff later. So we'll just kind of put that up. Where's the right place for this? That looks about right. That seems fair. So we'll put the... Oh, God, I'm going to put a fire engine next to... I have put all the terrible things right next to my house. People will say, you know, it's easy being the maid, live in a big mansion. No, do you have any flipping idea how many kind of emergencies I have to kind of live next to? You can go the far side, because you're definitely going to be making a lot of noise. And then if I recall correctly, this will probably... Again, the funding is... Get out of the way, police! Bloody cars wanting to be driven. Yeah, you can do your kind of driving around town by yourself. And then we'll just slightly increase the funding. Actually, I think I can turn that off. Yeah, turn that off. Yeah, I'm not interested in that. It basically just means, yeah, you can drive it. What's this thing, by the way? Microphone tool. Click on any sim to see what they think about local conditions. Ah, that's interesting. I think that might be new as well. I don't remember that in the original version, but then again, I might have just forgotten things. So all of a sudden, yeah, we've got some nice new things popping up here. What popped up in that new residential area? Ah, small shops, you see. Small shops. Not just like Bob's Grease Pit anymore. We've got actually some nice shops. Ooh, look at this. Look at this over here. A well-off estate. High-income people have moved over here. This is nice. So there, the mayor's house is starting to have the desired effect. This area is becoming desirable. I think there's like some wasted space in here. That's kind of built in, to be honest, because like I'm going to need to expand these facilities at some point or other. That's fine. That's going to be the Philippine building. Oh, that's one of the fancier ones, I think. As I say, it's been so long since I've... When I say that's the fancy one, I thought it was still being built. No, that is literally it. That is the Philippine building. The keys we need to get right are employment, as long as you keep the money coming in. Right now, we're running a little bit of a deficit. We've only burnt through like a quarter of the cash, and we've actually got a pretty decent situation going on here. I think we are all right. What we need to do in order to get the interest in our business world going up is... Ooh... There's more demand for industry. All right, I'm going to expand the industrial estate because that's basically just free money. Though, admittedly, we've got a bit of a problem here, which is it looks like that road's getting a bit snarled up. I don't really want to. Expand it towards the town. I want to expand it away from the town. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to build like another little kind of medium industrially type thing here. We'll just kind of build that round this area. Yeah, we'll just kind of build that sort of thing there. Does that link up to the... Yeah, that links up. That's fine. Though I will give them a proper road as well. Oh, it always defaults. It always defaults to a proper road. That's springing into life straight away because there's so much demand for it. I'm probably going to want to be thinking about my water supplies pretty damn soon. Where's that water tower? Water tower, actual capacity, water used. Oh, yeah. Usage is at 93%. Okay, that's really easy to fix. All I need to do there is I just need to build myself a nice new water thing. Water towers aren't that great. What you really want is a water pump. And now, added, there's a large water pump, which is actually quite expensive. And you need... What's my requirement? Oh, you need the town needs to be a certain size before you're allowed to use it. So they're quite nice. Water treatment plant. Was that always there? I don't even remember. So I want a water pump. So like a water tower just produces 2,400 cubic somethings of water a month, whereas that's like, yeah, 20,000. So this will kind of future-proof me very, very nicely. All I'm going to do is I'm just going to put this at the end of the road here, and that's going to massively increase the amount of water being produced. And while this area is being built... Oh! I just accidentally built that. I didn't mean to. Hang on. Demolish that. Demolish it. Demolish it. Oh, is that de-zoned that one bit of the area? That's probably accidentally... Yes, that's de-zoned that one bit of the area. Wait. Rezone. Beautiful. Now, what I was actually doing is extending the pipe network here. It's the kind of thing you really got to remember to do. Always remember to extend your pipe network. Oh, you see, we've got flipping areas over there that aren't covered yet. Extend the pipe. You see, that's possibly why this area has not been so readily jumped upon. It's because people knew that there was a small problem with the fact that it wasn't covered by the water. And then one slide pipe there. There we are, lovely. So now we should have more than enough water and power to grow for the time being. And because that area's now got water as well as power, that should all be absolutely fine. So the next big thing I think we need to do is we need to start kind of investing in our Sims a little bit more, which is where some of this empty space that we've got left over falls. So education is the big one. We've already got this kind of elementary school, and you can have a large elementary school if your population gets to a certain size, because then that's kind of more efficient. That's a new thing for Rush Hour as well. Adult Sims can get their education. Let's get a high school in here. Yeah, we can just squeeze a high school in next to the primary school, which is quite good. Arguably, this is a little bit of overkill, but I think education's a really good investment. So, just like, and that's not just in this game, just in general. We can certainly also, by the way, reduce the funding quite a lot. It's going to kind of cover. It's going to kind of. This is kind of going to do like like 100 simoleons a month. And it's going to kind of cover this entire area very, very nice. In fact, I can actually reduce the bus funding as well because this area is not as big as it needs to be. So that's absolutely fine. The elementary school is absolutely fine as well. That medical clinic is still just keeping tabs on what we're doing, so I'm going to increase its funding. Police station is fine. There's been one crime, apparently. I don't believe that. I think there might have been more than one crime, but okay. Now, one thing we do have to be aware of is now that we've got this... Ooh, hello, what have we got here? Big rewards for connecting big picture new Jonton dots. Make connections to our neighbours. I don't think we've got any neighbours. We've got, like, I think like, next door, we've got one other city that's just like the trial city, but I'm not sure you're actually allowed to trade with that, so don't worry about that. Basically, yeah, if you've got multiple cities, you're allowed to just, like, have a road that leads to the edge of the map, and if it leads to a city where you've actually built a city next door, like, it impacts how much demand there is for your city, which is really cool. Alright, there's lots of more demand for residential yet, as well as more industrial. There's still more demand for industrial. Well, alright, I say we build a little bit more industrial then. That's probably, like, basically free money, so I shouldn't really turn that down. The problem we're going to have, however, is the area that leads down to here is now going to get pretty darn intensive. So I've actually got a plan for that, which is if I just very quickly de-zone, I might want to actually build a little bit of public transport infrastructure, just to kind of get this area... nicer, because this area is going to be like a part of the city at least for the time being. So I'm just going to, hang on, just quickly D-zone a little bit there. Just D-zone slightly. Actually, was that the most sensible bit to Z-zone? Probably wasn't, actually. Let me have a think here. Because I want to now build some sort of public transportation. Bigger schools is a solution for big crowded problems. Ooh. The new capacity school, big city like ours. I'm pretty sure that's the new elementary school, but we don't actually need one of those just yet. We can build those anytime, by the way. Just because he says that now doesn't mean you have to build it this instant or it's lost. It can be bought at any time. What I'm going to build here is I'm actually going to build... Ooh, well, first, I'm actually going to get distracted. I'm going to get immediately distracted because something very big is being built over here. Ooh, Ellery Elm Terraces. The city's going rapidly up market. Lovely. I love it. So yes, they're building some fancier stuff down on what was the original little part of the town here. You know what, actually? You guys are right by the beach, aren't you? I should give you a beach. Beach is a thing you can build. Where is it in here? It's somewhere in here. Here we are. Beach. Only costs 5 a month. Let's see if we can build ourselves a beach. So we've got ourselves a beach there. There we are. Can we build ourselves another little bit of beach here? There we are. There's another bit of beach. Though sadly, I don't think I can actually join them up. The beaches are a bit fussy. The beaches are actually, yeah, quite on the fussy side. So you know what? We'll just kind of quickly build a very small road just to kind of link these guys up to the beach there. And a growing town immortalizes their favourite mayor. Oh my goodness! For 3,700 simoleons, I can build a giant statue of myself, but as a woman. Perfect. I'm gonna put that right next to my... Actually, no, the thing is that you shouldn't crowd these things too close together because, like, these are things that are good for areas. You know what? I'll put this right here next to my house. I kind of want to, when I wake up in the morning, I just kind of want to immediately... Oh, they love me. They love me so much. I just want to wake up in the morning. And we've got a small problem of fire. Right, unsurprisingly, an industrial area has broken out in flames. So I should probably, therefore, dispatch some fire trucks to there. And the fire truck is on its way. Though I might need to quickly build it a road because I don't think it can actually access that area. So, guys, if you just want to just very, very quickly build a road that fire engine can use to get there. Yes, industrial areas do suffer from fire, and now I think they've arrived. We just spin the camera and we'll probably get a better view of it. Where is the fire engine? Oh, it can't get there. There we are. Is it doing its job? Hello? Could it not do its job? Oh, dear. Send a fire engine to here. I think it couldn't get there. I think it gave up because it couldn't get there, so it went home. Guys. What? Oh, bloody hell. Is the fire taking care? That was a bit weird. Yes, the fire sort of took care of itself. That's good. Bloody hell, you guys. You distracted me from admiring my new statue. I was loving my new statue here. Oh, look at it. Look at the statue of me. It's beautiful. Monthly maintenance cost. And only one pigeon nest. Lovely. Oh, there were new buildings over here, weren't there? Nice ones. And when I say nice ones, I mean nicer than the brick things that we had previously. That's a nice house. The Devonshire cottage. There we are. You see, we're getting some nicer stuff popping up here. So we've got more and more snarl points showing up in the traffic here, particularly. Like, you can temporarily alleviate those problems by just making sure that, you know, the right sorts of roads have been built. So you can kind of see that that was originally a basic kind of crappy road when it needed to be like a proper road. The thing is, you kind of have to eventually deal with that problem using some sort of transport system. I think I can, like, buy myself a bit of time with bus stops. Bus stops work weirdly in this game, which is Sims basically have to pass a bus stop, but if they pass a bus stop, then what they will do is then they will immediately transfer from their cars into kind of like a bus instead. So what I need to do is, if I can use the rush hour thing to figure out where all the traffic that's here is coming from, and kind of what routes it's all coming from. I can see there that kind of, it looks like a lot of the traffic is passing by, yeah, huge amounts of traffic is kind of passing by these roads. So what I need to do is a couple of bus stops, like in the centre here, especially like, you know, on the corners here, on the corner over here. That should actually catch some people very, very nicely. So I'm going to build myself like a bus stop like here, 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 and over here. So I haven't built on these areas yet, so it's fine. Then it's another one to kind of catch people coming out of town, like over here. And then, oh, I don't think the road actually joined up to the beach down there. We'll do that in a second. Oh, no, darn, that's a kind of pointless bus, kind of pointless busting there. Demolish, demolish, demolish. There we go. And instead we put a bus stop over here, and then just like another one over in the industrial area like this, and another one kind of over here. That should do fine. People should now start using buses a lot more, which will be good. There we are. We'll just put a little bit more kind of, yeah, we'll just kind of set up a little bit more kind of land that people can use over in there, together with the buses. Now, hopefully, a flood of water building calls for high volume solution. Water every day, more water pumps. I think we're fine. I think we're actually, yeah, I know you've got the high, yeah, basically he's just introducing the stuff that's in the expansion. But I think we're actually doing okay for the minute, right? Does this even join up properly? You going to join up properly to the beach? I'm not sure roads do join up properly to the beach. I hope they do. Well, I'm sure people can find their way to the beach. I'm sure it's fine. Beaches are great. And now if we go over to the traffic view, I think we've made a slight difference there. I think we might have made a very modest improvement. If we kind of look at some of these bus stops here, this bus stop is used at 30% capacity. 30% capacity. That's pretty good, actually. So, like, people are using these here bus or actual usage. Okay, that one's not being used. That one we can probably get rid of. This is why it's a good idea to just in case you just kind of keep an eye on your things. But like some of them are being used. This one being used. This one is being used at 3% capacity, so that can kind of be got rid of. Because we don't really need to pay for them. Just to be honest, like the cost of taking them out might be greater than the cost of bloody running them. But never mind. This one's probably being used. Yeah, this one's 27 capacity used. This one is, that's only 8% capacity used, but I think kind of that one does at least a little bit of stuff here. 32% capacity over here. Yeah, definitely some people are using these buses to get in and out of work, which is a very, very good thing. And as the education slowly starts to rise as well, our city's slowly going to get smarter as time goes by. And indeed, there's kind of new rebuilding going on over in these areas. But as you can see here, the demand is looking a little bit flat at the moment, so we potentially have some problems, and we will address those problems next time on SimCity 4, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to keep building up this city. I don't necessarily like fill up this whole map, but I definitely want to do a little bit more than what I've been doing so far. I love SimCity 4. SimCity 4 is the best game. It's a beautiful, well, it's not the best game. It's a very good game, though, and I definitely want to play a little bit more of this yet, because, yes, SimCity 4 is a gorgeous, wonderful, beautiful game, and we will do what we can. And I will show how I think we're going to sort out this city's problems, how we're going to get some of this demand up, and how we're going to get people building, and how we're going to get this city into profit. I think at the moment, we're just making a loss, albeit I think we are okay for the time being. But yes, more of this later this week, ladies and gentlemen. But in the meantime, I've been John. This has been Many a True Nerd. And this has been my statue in the town of New Jonton in SimCity 4. Thank you very much, and goodbye. Stop! No, stop! Stop! Steve! Steve, you've messed it up! Could you please help? Person in glitching house and low resolution tractor. Okay, yeah, I think we're turning. We just need to be going... Just not... No! Don't bloody crash.